One greetings from the High 10. This is Everyday Shenanigans, live number 2. This commentary is pertaining to the FBI. Has Chief Hadley used the FBI in the Quentin Simon case? Are there family ties to law enforcement pertaining to the Simon family to why this investigation has not had any arrest? What is the truth? And are there works continuing for an arrest of Billie Joel Howe? My information source tells me that they are currently working to get this grandmother to stand account for what happened to the child, besides investigating Leilani Simon. Thank you for joining me.
It makes 30 days since 20-month-old Quentin Simon disappeared. The little boy's body is believed to be in a landfill.
The search for him is the most extensive in the history of the Chatham County Police Department.
We want justice for Quentin, just like everybody else.
This case, which started as a report of a kidnapping, is now a criminal investigation. Quentin's mother, Leilani Simon, who called 911 to report her son missing, is the only person police have named as a suspect. WSAV lead investigative reporter Brett Buffington joining us live from Quentin's neighborhood this evening. Tonight, he walks us through every step of this story since it started.
When we were standing here a month ago, this story was much different than it is today. Police were looking for a little boy who might have wandered away or was taken. That's much different than what they believe now. October 5th, 9:42 a.m.
535 Locust Road.
That's when Quentin's mom told police the story.
Her 1-year-old son is missing.
Her boyfriend, Daniel Youngkin, went to work.
He is a tan-skinned child.
Quentin was in a pack and play. Last seen at 6 a.m. The door was open. Quentin was gone.
Then someone came in and took him.
Leilani Simon, Quentin's mom, blamed Quentin's biological father, Bubba Moss. He lives 90 miles away in Girard, Georgia. His name listed as a suspect on the original police report. But police did not take long to decide that story was impossible.
We are working extremely hard to try to bring this to a resolution and find Quentin and bring him home safely.
While police searched this neighborhood for a little boy they believe wandered away, we learned a lot about Quentin's family. His mother and that boyfriend were being evicted. His grandmother and her husband had custody. Neither of them was home when Quentin disappeared, and Quentin's mom was about to start having to pay child support for Quentin and his brother.
We brought in experts.
Week 2 of the search took a terrible turn.
We're not searching the whole landfill.
Quentin's body is believed to be in this dump. There's evidence. Police say that proves it. Their theory is the little boy was tossed in a dumpster, thrown out like trash, and delivered in a trash truck here. Once this search in this landfill started, police stopped with their regular updates as we kept looking for answers. Knocking on the Dunn, North Carolina address for boyfriend Daniel Youngkin just this week. That town, a place where Daniel Youngkin and Leilani Simon have been arrested before. But so far, in Quentin's case, now assigned this 11-digit number, no one has been charged with anything. Sadly today, police did acknowledge that they knew going into the landfill search that the likelihood of finding Quentin's remains were low. And any landfill search like that, it's very improbable that they find the remains at the end of it. But those detectives added that they stay very dedicated to the search for this missing little boy. We are live in Southwest Chatham County tonight. I'm Brett Buffington, WSAV News 3, on your side.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. That is the said commentary coming out of Savannah, Georgia. Mr. Buffington is on the case. WGNO ABC New Orleans. Very own is my source. Sorry about that. It's the source for the said information. I'm going to read you the article underneath that video. Months after toddler Quentin Simon's disappearance, police continue scouring Georgia landfills. This was uploaded November 6th. Wednesday marked 1 month since 20-month-old Quentin Simon went missing. Police believe the little boy's body is in a landfill The search for him is the most extensive in the history of Chatham County Police Department. The case, which started as a report of a kidnapping, is now a criminal investigation. Quentin's mom, Leilani, who called 911 to report her son missing, is the only person police have named as a suspect. When WSAV was in Quentin's neighborhood a month ago, the police and neighbors were still looking for Quentin. The story of his disappearance is much different than what police believe now. On October 5th at 9:42 a.m., Quentin was reported missing by Leilani. The story that Leilani told police was that her boyfriend, Daniel Youngkin, went to work and Quentin was in a pack and play at 6 a.m. 3.5 hours later, the door was open and Quentin was gone. We are working extremely hard to try to bring this to a resolution and find Quentin and bring him home safely, said CCPD Chief Jeff Hadley. Leilani blamed Quentin's biological father, Bubba Moss, for Quentin's disappearance. Moss lives 90 miles away in Girard, Georgia. However, his name was listed as a suspect on the original police report, but the police didn't take long to decide that story was impossible. While police searched the neighborhood for a little boy they believe wandered away, WSAV learned a lot about Quentin's family. His mother and her boyfriend were being evicted. His grandmother and her husband had custody of Quentin. Now, this is interesting. They now name both Billie Joe and the step-papaw, as having custody. Very interesting. Neither of them were home when Quentin disappeared. Quentin's mom was about to start having to pay child support for Quentin and his brother. Then the week of search it took a terrible turn. Quentin's body is believed to be in a Chatham County dump. There's evidence. Let me repeat that again. There's evidence, police say, that proves it, period. Their theory is the little boy was tossed in a dumpster, thrown out like trash, and delivered to the landfill in a trash truck. Once the search in the landfill started, police stopped with their regular updates. WSAV kept looking for answers. This week, knocking on the door of a Dunn, North Carolina address for boyfriend Daniel Youngkin. In the past, Daniel and Leilani were both arrested in that town. However, no one has been charged with anything in Quentin's case. The search for Quentin and his case involves over 100 people, police told WSAV. Leilani remains the only suspect, who we now saw on Friday sitting out in the front yard of the family's home face-to-face with the protesters calling for her to be arrested. If you need verification for this information and the audio video played, WGNO ABC New Orleans' very own is the source. Let's recap what was said. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. The mother is still the prime suspect. It was relayed that Billie Joe and the step-papaw have custody of the children. They were out of town at the time of the disappearance. Bubba Moss was named the perpetrator of the child's kidnapping. He was ruled out as impossible as the perpetrator. And soon after, Leilani became the prime suspect due to evidence that the police has and says they can prove it. Believe the child was disposed in a dumpster that was later taken by truck to the landfill. She and Mr. Youngkin have arrests in the town of Dunn, where reporters went to look for him, but to no success of finding him to ask for interview said information. I hope everything in that news video was clear. Now for my commentary. It has come to my attention by a source that the FBI, part of the FBI team that was called in to investigate this case, will be leaving out this week. This is not the team that is looking for the child. Let me make that clear before it gets misunderstood. They are still pushing for an arrest for Billie Joe Howe in this child's death. Someone's been sending emails pertaining to the Simon family that possible, allegedly, that there are ties to law enforcement by a grandfather or some entity in their family has some type of connection, and possible this is why there has been no arrest. So is somebody pulling the strings behind trying to get this woman to not be arrested and the grandmother. They're still investigating in the alleged information that Billie Joel is a confidential informant. Pings from phones, data, devices are still being dumped as I speak to you right now. So any entity speaking with Billie Joel Howe, Leilani, know that they will have that said information and use it to their benefit in this investigation pertaining to this child and bringing forth arrest charges for Billie Joel Howe and Leilani Simon. Once again, you heard that. Billie Joel Howe and step-grandpapa have custody of the children. That would have been the both boy children. Very interesting, because I did not know that the grandfather was on the paperwork, but they state that in this article. If you have a problem with any information in this article, please contact the local news desk. Not everyday shenanigans. And once again, in this information source, Chatham County Police say they have proof that she discarded the child in a dumpster, which went to the landfill. End of story. Kinsley Masters.
Hello, hello.
Hello there.
Well, I still pray every day that they find that little man. I mean, I don't know how much longer they're going to search. I can't see them staying there much longer. It's been a month, or at least a few weeks anyway, that they've actually been in the landfill. But we're talking about, the heat, vultures, decomposition. We don't even know at this point what is, left of him. Grandma, I don't understand you. I don't know how you go on someone's live and you do nothing but talk about yourself. You are a self-serving, pompous ass who has no regard for life. That little boy has...
Oh my God.
What?
I'm going to read this to you. And I don't really want to talk about this case either, but this was a notification that came up in my Twitter pertaining to a little black boy missing. I guess. I don't know. Ezekiel Harry, Louisiana mom, boyfriend faced death penalty and death. The boy found in trash can. She was giving her commentary pertaining to that, where they are seen on a video with a black duffel bag. And this is the lady that works with the FBI, Jennifer Coffin Daffer, says, sound familiar? Call saying child abducted, but cameras show parents leaving with the duffel bag and returning without it. Found little Ezekiel in garbage in a duffel bag. Fortuitous, the garbage was not empty. Rest in peace, Ezekiel. Cute little black boy. How about that? They're both walking. She's carrying the bag. Imagine that. She's carrying the bag and he's walking with her to dump the baby in a trash can. I'm done.
I don't even understand how is it. You gotta be one sick puppy. Number one, to kill your child, or let alone any child, and then to just dump them like they're garbage, like they never had any meaning or any purpose in this world. This shit is just so out of control. You hear about it every single day. It seems like another child is missing. Another child is found, dead. I don't know what's up with these dumpsters. And
well, because they're smaller. It's just easier to throw a smaller child in a garbage can. It's just common sense.
Well, I'm thinking a lot of it too is because they know it's probably pretty hard to find a child or anybody, let alone, if they've sat out there and it's hot and decomposition and all that stuff. But back to what I was saying is I just don't understand
certain
how.
parts of the FBI team that do certain things in the FBI are allegedly pulling out, sweetheart, not the search. Let me make that clear. The search is still on.
You guys have to remember there's a lot of people that flew in.
They do other things in the FBI.
Yeah, they do. There's lots of different people there that specialize in different things. You have to remember that these feds, you know, I'm sure that they're watching phones and they're dumping on social media every day. You know, a lot of these idiots, they post all over the place. You know, we're not just talking about on a cell phone. We're talking about Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, all these different burner phones. You know, you have to remember some of these people think that they can get creative and they go get all these burner phones. But that shit registers with your IP address. There's really no hiding.
Let's talk about the FBI being used. Do you believe Chief Hadley has used the FBI?
I do. I mean, number one, he called the FBI in because he did not have the manpower or the resources to do the back end stuff that he needed the FBI for. I'm sure there is no one out there that specializes in the whole like cyber world, right? You have people that have come in that specifically do nothing but work homicide, sex trafficking, and abduction. There's a special team that works that right there. And that's all they do. So you have all these, let's just say there's 45 people, right, that flew in. You got 45 people that work in 45 different areas, right? Or I'm just using the number 45 different areas. But, you know, you got all people with all different types of expertise that are there. I do believe, and this is only me, my personal opinion, I think that he brought them in because he was not capable and his department is not capable, probably financially, number one. Number two.
Well, first of all, you got to have enough people to work an investigation.
Yeah. And
they're small. They're a county, not a city.
Right. And you don't have probably a team of people that do that type of stuff specifically. You don't have the manpower, let alone anything else. So, you know, the FBI comes in supposedly and they hand this man a case and they say, we found X, Y, and Z. Here you go get her. But you have not went to go get her. There's a problem.
Do you think they feel used, the people who have been aiding in this investigation?
Absolutely. These men and women that are there.
Do you think they told him that they feel like what they have brought forward has been not appreciated or in a diplomatic way? Probably use more professional words. Act like their feelings are hurt.
You're talking about people that have sat there day in and day out in these briefings or debriefings and are talking about, hey, we're about ready to go because you're not doing anything with what we've given you. They can't pull out because that's not an option. The chief has to say, okay, I've obtained whatever I needed from you guys. Thank you. And I can take my case from here. That's how that works. They can't just say, we're done. We're cutting you off.
All right.
They have to feel that. How do you not? You've given a man everything that he needs to make an arrest. You have proof. The man has said it 3 different times on television that he has proof. What the hell are you waiting for? Georgia? And Georgia, you don't need a body. That's on Google. You can look that shit up yourself. I mean, it's in black and white. They do not need a body to try a case.
Well, then that means he wants the body.
Yeah. He wants the body
But then if he doesn't get the body, then what?
I don't think shit's gonna happen. That's my own opinion.
So you think this girl will walk
yes.
without a body and he'll just sit on the books?
Yep.
Well, that'll be a waste of resources. Listen, that'll be a sad situation, pathetic situation that one, these people are walking with all the things you've seen in their behavior. Two, you went to the city and asked for money and your town needs every damn dime they can for whatever reason. School, cameras, whatever. And then there's justice, which is number one.
I don't get it. I mean, you're talking about a man. You're talking about this man has a grandmother who has failed this child who allegedly signed on the dotted line and stated before the judge that her daughter was unfit, verbally and physically abusive, and her grandchildren were not safe with her. Okay, but you left to go wherever you went, and one of them is dead. I'm sorry. You are liable, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, child of God. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Okay, Florida. Do you think the chief has used the FBI?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question. Can you repeat that?
Do you think the chief has used the FBI?
No, I don't. Do you think? Yes, I do. I'm sorry. I think, like Kinsley said, the resources are not that great, and it's a lot of police departments have their pride and they don't like to ask for help. But I'm glad that in this case he did reach out to the FBI.
Do you think there's another reason why they're not arresting these people, ma'am?
I think they want a body. That's basically the only thing I can think of. I think he's determined to make a case that sticks, and he doesn't want to have to try it again. He wants to do it right. That's just my opinion, and this baloney about and maybe it was an accident. You know what? And you see any human being falling and hurting themselves, you don't throw them away. You don't say, such and such fell on the sidewalk, I'm going to pick him up and hide him. You instinctively call 911, especially if it's your child.
Unless you have something to hide.
Yes. And then one more thing I wanted to say. I think this conditioning of mother and daughter relationship did not happen overnight. This reminds me of the kind of mothering that's okay, honey, don't worry, we'll work it out. We won't say anything. And this is how this kid was raised. Mommy was always to the rescue. Instead of letting your children have consequences for bad behavior. A child would rather be rewarded than be punished, but they would rather be punished than be ignored. And I just think that this mother saved this kid from herself for years and years, and now she's doing the same thing.
So my understanding is that they are trying to get some information, to gather information against Billie Joe for an arrest. There are emails coming in pertaining to her having a family member that's in law enforcement. Also, someone also has been alleging that she's an informant. Maybe that's the reason why they're not arresting her. How do you feel about that? Family ties to law enforcement and her being a alleged CI.
Truthfully, Queen, I think if anybody's working with law enforcement, it's Danny. I really do. I think he.
No, no, you're not listening, sweetheart. Being a confidential informant means you were doing that possibly before the baby went missing.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm ready to think that that's something plausible that's happening right now. I mean, it could be.
Okay.
I just don't see it.
Look, I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's go to the next one. Possible ties that one of her relatives is in law enforcement. Somebody's been sending emails, I guess, to somebody down there in law enforcement that's a possible reason why you all are not arresting her, is because somebody else is pulling the strings, some type of family ties to law enforcement.
Well, when police are closed-mouthed the way they are, things are going to come out of the woodwork, whether they make sense or not, because people want resolution, not necessarily closure, but resolution. And I think when you don't give somebody some specifics, they're going to start creating all kinds of things. People want an arrest. It's an innocent child. This woman and her cronies have been getting by for years without being good parents. And I think people have had enough. Somebody wants to speak up for the child. To me, that's all it is. I don't think any of that personally is what's on the table right now. I don't think there's anything.
Okay. Do you think the child will be found in the landfill, ma'am?
At this point, I think it's 50-50. I don't have an opinion either way. I really don't.
How do you feel about if they don't find the baby and she's still walking free, she and her mother?
People have been tried with no bodies.
Okay. Well, how do you feel how do you feel if they don't find a body and there's still let me finish, and there's still no arrest?
That would be horrible.
Okay.
It would be horrible. It would be a failure of justice. Nobody to answer for this child. And I know I started to go in on it before as an aside, and you redirected me. Thank you. But I think they got to Danny very early on. You have not seen hide nor hair of him. The first person that speaks up gets the better deal. And I think he knows what happened afterwards, and he helped her to cover it up. That's obviously just my opinion.
Okay.
I think, I don't believe any of this. Oh, I was giving them a bath at 1:00 in the morning. I don't believe any of that. I think he acted in the moment, and he's silent for a reason. I'm sure law enforcement probably said to him, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk to news. Don't go on panels. I worked for a criminal lawyer for over 35 years. And that's the way, just bringing my experience to that. I just think they told him to shut up. And when your time comes to talk, then you can talk, but not now.
Who are you speaking of?
Danny, the stepfather, her boyfriend.
Oh, the boyfriend. Okay.
The boyfriend, yeah. I think that's their ace in the hole in case they don't find the child.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to let this go. I don't. People are very up in arms.
Do you think he's already spoken?
I do.
So that means obviously he's told that she did it and not him.
If I had to guess, yes, I would say that she did it.
You would have heard he got arrested. I guess. I don't know. Well, they didn't arrest her, so I don't think it would matter if they arrested him, quite frankly.
I think we would have heard if
he
got arrested.
Yeah,
we would have heard.
No. What I'm saying is the fact that nobody has been arrested, it probably wouldn't matter what he told. If you say you have evidence on her and you're letting her walk free, why would I think if he even said I had something to do with it that you wouldn't let him? I'm just saying.
Yeah. You know what? We have to trust in police interrogation methods.
You don't need earbuds to hit the link. Just don't have any background on. No YouTube playing, no TV, no dog, no cat, no donkeys, no horses playing in the background.
I would be very surprised if they didn't lean hard on this kid from the get-go. I really, really would.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Miss Child of God.
Oh, all right. I'll let somebody else get on. Thank you, Queen.
Okay, you're welcome, hon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Hello, Donna. How are you? Well, at this point, I don't know. Would it even matter if he said, yeah, I did it. I helped her.
Well, that makes him just as guilty because didn't he at one point?
Let's be truthful. Why is he going to even tell that, yeah, I helped her? Yeah, I know what she did. Because then he'd be telling on himself and he'd be afraid he'd get arrested.
Because they will hold him accountable for something.
Yeah. Well, but would you arrest him? Because you haven't arrested her and you got something on her.
Yeah.
That's why I'm iffy about anything he said. Would it even matter? Because one's already free because you want a body. So how would it even be any different with him? The body is still hidden no matter what somebody says.
My intuition says I don't think he's working with them.
Well, if he's abiding by the snitch rule, he ain't said nothing. How about that?
Yeah, that's true.
If he has a street person's mentality, I don't know him, but I'm just saying if he has a street person's mentality, he hasn't said nothing.
Or he's just that much of a criminal that he knows that you just don't talk. Shut your mouth. Period. I mean, he just may be like, nope, I'm not talking. I consulted with an attorney?
Coral, she can't spin it no kind of way except for sticking that long tail up her mouth and nostrils. Or her ass, whichever one comes first.
Yeah, there's no, I drowned in my baby. He drowned it. He took drugs. He OD. You can't, no, you don't throw him away. You don't put him in a dumpster. Okay? A lot of people have had accidental deaths of their children and they call 911 and they're not sitting behind bars. I don't think anything that happened to that little boy was accidental.
Thank the Lord for that. My God. Thank the Lord. But people do, as you see.
I just think it's disgusting that Billie Joe decided to go to YouTube and basically create this persona that is so far from the truth. Bitch.
Wait. Slow down. What persona is that, Kinsley?
Like, I think she's just trying to portray herself as like this great grandmother.
I think she knows damn well nobody thinks that of her.
Well, I don't think that
how could
she's a narcissist.
After all that's come out, all the criminal records have been revealed.
Don't give a shit. She's a narcissist.
All that, yeah. But I'm saying that's the reason she went to YouTube, because she knew that we found out or we're going to hear about her records, their records. See, that's the thing people don't understand about YouTube. Going to the news, they're not going to say all the things. As I was listening to somebody talk on another network about the killing of Takeoff. The news and YouTube are different entities. Basically, they're different. You can say whatever you want to some degree before somebody either complains, try to get you off YouTube or off Facebook. You got a better chance of getting off Facebook before you would YouTube as far as commentary. So therefore, I go to YouTube to sway the commentary, sway your thought process of me, my brother, sister, whoever's involved. She knew what she was doing. She went to YouTube. You can't do that with the news because they're not supposed to show any emotion to what you're saying. Even if they wanted to cry on the air, they're not supposed to. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're supposed to just read the information. Like the he said, she said gossip, just like what this guy was saying on his network today. You're not going to hear all that on the news. They will pick and choose what they want to reveal in a news broadcast. But like he said, you get more information with YouTube because people have time to sit out and go live stream, show all the shenanigans and the bullshit. But in the end, you wouldn't know none of this anyway if the people weren't doing it. So it's like a flip of the coin of showing content such as standing outside somebody's house, rallying, fussing, fighting. Whatever the hell is it that you want to live stream? But the news, they don't do that. They don't have that kind of time to just sit and gawk at somebody's house for a news story. So she knows this. She knows there's only so much information can get out through the news. So I'll go to YouTube where I can sway, as I call it, swaying the verdict. I can sway more people with YouTube than just whining and moaning to the news because they're only going to show 20, 30 seconds of me whining and crying. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think that she has went to YouTube. I don't think that she has fully, how do I want to say it? Like she hasn't shown really any emotion as far as this little boy, right? As far as him. She may have said, you know, we need to find out what has happened. But really? Like, is that really the truth, lady? Like, you were so concerned about all these people standing out in front of your house. You were supposedly so scared of all these people out there chanting and holding signs. But yet, the minute that sign goes up, you had no problem running outside and confronting a certain someone. So, you know, She's
Say,
a coward.
say what you really mean about that lady.
Who, me?
Where you go up there, her running outside.
She's a bitch. She is one of those that's like, when she made that comment, and she said,
"Oh Lord, you killing me."
I have to tell you this. This is.
I wish you get it out. And just say it. Everybody, she just wants y'all to know that she want to let everybody know she got her nose up Chief Hadley's ass. Damn.
Yes. She does. That's why she ran out there. Period.
Ooh, you done went all the way to New York. Just tell it. Billie Ho. She thinks you're sucking his ass cheeks. Oh,
Billie Ho, you are a hoe. And you smell like those fish that you put in your front lawn.
That was a rap song. She's a hoe, you's a hoe. Oh my God, I can't. That's not nice. Now, Kinsley, that's not nice. Yeah, Kinsley, you really
oh my God.
People hoes. I'm not a hoe. I'm just a stinking ass bitch.
Billie has
Play nice on everyday shenanigans. Ooh, okay.
Billie Ho, just turn your daughter in.
Baby girl.
The sooner you take her down.
Okay, Angela, stop that. I have a very evil twin, and she just loves impersonating little people. Now, Angela, stop that. That's not nice.
Yeah.
Billie Joe. Are they taping our conversations?
And it's only Monday, people.
Billie Joe. I want to break out and start saying Billie Joe. Billie Joe is not my lover. She's just a girl. Sing it. What are the words? I gotta pull it up. Jesus, I need to go to sleep. I haven't had any sleep. Billie Joe, we have got to stop talking on the phone. They wear the cell phones. We have got to find alternate ways to talk on the phone. I do not want Canadian authorities to arrest me. I do not have bond money.
Yeah, she don't have bond money, all right. She'll go do a GoFundMe like she did for her teeth.
Kinsley, you don't know what the fuck I got. You bitches sit up there and talk about me like a fucking dog every time you go fucking live on everyday shenanigans. You don't know shit about me. Hell yeah, I left those fucking kids in America. What do you give a fuck? Ooh.
Yeah, Billie Joe, just turn her in, man. The sooner you turn her in, the sooner this just goes away online and the legal system will take over. Take her in, baby. Take her in. Put a dog leash on her. Drag her in.
I can't with you. Why a dog leash?
Because she looks like a dog. Look at her.
That's a form of abuse.
She needs to be abused. That's the problem.
Oh my God, bitch. You keep talking about me. You sound abusive to animals. Does anybody know if he's been the chief since? I think he's been there 5 years, if I'm not correct.
Hasn't her son been in prison for a little bit?
Well, I'm talking about how long the chief's been in that position. I think about 5 years.
Yeah, I don't know how long her son's been in jail or prison.
5 or more. Interesting. Well, he wouldn't have anything to do with the jury, though. The jury The jury is what found him guilty.
Yeah, the chief can't do all that. They got those lovely 12 members.
Patty says, I went there in the beginning. It was sickening to hear them singing and yelling profanity at the protesters. It was an actual part of them. No remorse at all. Patty, you want to hit the link and give us your commentary?
Come on up, Patty.
Come on, Patty Cake. Come on, Patty. We want to hear what you got to say. Come on up. Tell us the business. Come on up. Tell us the business. Come on, baby. Hit the link. Oh, my God. Stop. That's when Love Connection started, girl.
Yeah.
I can't. You all are horrible. Oh, you're at work. Okay. I'm also wondering if DA approves of Chief Hadley's handling of the case. Well, you know what? That's a very good question, Coral Reef. Maybe we should call the DA and ask.
Mm-hmm.
How's that? We're going to act like Dr. Phil. How's that working for you?
Yeah, he loves that phrase.
How's that working for you? It's about no issues until Molly shows up. Honey, there was a lot of issues.
Yeah, that whole house.
I ain't about to put all that on no Molly Golightly now. Come on now.
Yeah.
The situation was messed up way before she got there. Way before she got there. It was already out of control. So somebody was going to get hurt either way.
You know, I'm actually pretty damn shocked that there was not a full-fledged fist fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I really thought that was gonna transpire.
Well,
because you got all these people out there, and your adrenaline is running. You're aggravated, pissed off, ready to fight, and then those other idiots show up from whatever state they came from. Those women with the other bullhorn. So it was like.
But you know, how these people even walk around when you go back home, and the people that you know, what kind of people do you hang with at your house? Because see, you have to wonder about people that act like this. What are you doing in your personal life? Because you can't sit here and tell me you have a productive home life if you act like that down there. I don't care what anybody says, because this has nothing to do with Quentin Simon. Absolutely not.
They're probably all high.
You're at home. The people you're talking to, you act the same way with them. Nobody can tell me different. You cuss and fuss and show out and holler and scream at them and fall out on the floor and throw a tantrum. You'd have to. Because there's no way you can tell me that when you're at home, you act civilized with other people. There's no way.
They're a bunch of heathens.
There's no way.
They're a bunch of heathens, bullhorn for bullhorn, and they cuss and they fuss and they fight each other.
Yeah, I saw a picture of a clown sitting somewhere.
Now, that was some funny shit when I seen that.
Now, what was the purpose of the clown?
I don't know. I think it was supposed to, like, just get on the other people's nerves. That's all.
The whose nerves?
On the other ones. On, MGL and her people. But they had already left.
I mean, but who sent the clown there?
Probably the Billie goat. Or probably the baby horse. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. Probably the baby horse.
Yeah, I wouldn't even waste my time doing anything like that. See, that's why you know that the people don't care about nobody, because you're just going from one extreme to the other, but yet you keep using the little boy's name as the reason for doing all this. He has nothing to do with this. First of all, he's dead. Okay? He doesn't know what's going on. He is not alive. As somebody said on their channel, I don't know him. I don't know him personally. Naturally, I wouldn't want any harm to come to him or any other children, but what you all are doing has nothing to do with children. It has nothing to do with nobody that's alive or deceased. You're doing this for yourself.
Yeah. That little man has no idea what the hell's going on.
Somebody said it was sent by Queen Bee. Okay. Hold on. I don't understand why y'all can't see the link. This is strange to me.
It does disappear. You put it in very,
but you have to have a lot of conversation.
Well, no, not really.
At some point,
that thing disappears pretty quickly.
I don't know. There's not that many people talking in the chat. Oh, well. Okay, just a second. I'm looking like, where is it? Oh, I had it on something else. Forgot I had it on my device instead. Well, Lord have mercy.
I wonder if the baby horse is going to pay for the Billy Goat's mortgage since she hasn't been at work.
Somebody got to pay it.
Or they're going to start a GoFundMe for that shit too.
Oh, Lord. We are in the age of GoFundMes, are we not?
Everybody needs a GoFundMe.
I want to get my toes done. I need a GoFundMe.
Or a wish list.
I need a GoFundMe.
I seen someone
get my eyebrows waxed. Get a GoFundMe. Oh my gosh.
One of them little heifers over there has a GoFundMe.
Let me get my lips plumped up. GoFundMe.
I need Botox. GoFundMe.
Yes, GoFundMe. GoFundMe to get me some new butt cheeks. GoFundMe. I mean, you just go GoFundMe for anything. Oh, my baby's, my child's rent's behind. I need a GoFundMe. I need a new car. A GoFundMe. I mean, you just GoFundMe for anything.
Shit, they got GoFundMes. They got Amazon wish lists. They got all kinds of shit going on.
I don't give a damn about Amazon. I'm not ordering nothing for something that gets stolen and not delivered. No, thank you. I don't order nothing. I can't buy it in the store. I don't want it.
No, but they want other people to buy it.
I'm just speaking for me personally. I don't order stuff anymore. I don't order stuff. As tempting as it is. No, I don't order stuff.
No,
That
there's a lot of
last year, so I'm not going to be wrangling with the banks about somebody getting a hold of your account and ordering stuff. I don't have time for that. That's okay.
That broad ain't going to Georgia. She don't even have no money to go to Georgia, let alone no flight carries barn animals. So
her country says she's been married a lot. Well, hey, she's got that golden kitty cat. I guess that's where Leilani got it from. They got that golden kitty cat. They got that kitty cat that's got the whiskers. They got the whiskers. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be nice. Wow. So I find it interesting that in the article it says that both the parents had custody of the children. Do you believe that he was also on the custody papers?
No, I mean, I don't believe it. I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen, but that's the first time I've heard that or seen it.
The link is in the chat if you want to hit the link to give your opinion. Join the panel. Touch-tone phones, just hit the phone with your finger and it'll guide you up. You don't have to show yourself. If you want to show yourself, feel free. Coral reef. Now that's not nice. Purple hair freaks not leaving Canada soil.
No, she's afraid they can cuff her up when she gets here.
Well, what you have to ask yourself is the obvious. If you had to have a passport to go into Canada, that means you'd have to already have one in your possession. So why would you need to get something that you already had to have to get into Canada unless you went to Canada by another means? Stay woke.
And how did she even end up in Canada? That's what I want to know.
I don't think that's going to matter versus how you got in there. Because you're claiming you can't come because of a passport. Well, how did you get in there?
Something tells me that, like, they took her passport if she had one.
But I'm just saying, if you used one to get in there, years ago, you could ride Greyhound through Detroit into Canada. Stay woke, please.
She went in. She got into
ride
Canada.
The bus through the tunnel into Windsor.
Well, that bitch rode
and it travels on up into Toronto. I don't know what part of Canada she lives in. Don't care. I'm just speaking of what I know. Now, do they still let you come through? They'd have to, because it's a passage through a tunnel underwater.
She probably never. She
And I doubt that they would close it, because it's a travel through by transportation. So you'd have to be able to bring things in and out of Canada, such as products and things via trucks, semi trucks. I don't think they would close the road off. And then they always say you could drive over. So I want to say it again. How did you get in the first place?
She rode in the trunk or the hood of a car. That's how that bitch got there.
That's the point. Thank you, Anne. She's probably here illegally.
Yep, don't doubt that.
Because nobody's just going to come look for you the first time you come through, let's say by car. If you went by car, they're going to ask you how long you're going to be visiting, who you're visiting. You tell them, then they let you through. She probably just went through and stayed.
Yeah, that's why she works for YouTube, or working on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, please, you're killing me. Through a horse box. I'm dead. What kind of box is that exactly? That's a mighty big box.
No,
oh my God.
You call her a baby
Halloween
horse.
box. Man, you all are horrible. Jesus.
She's a baby horse.
A passport, I assume you only need it when you're flying in. Nobody's listening to nothing I'm saying.
No, I think that you have to show it when you go through now.
Even by car?
Yeah. Just like going into Mexico, you have to.
Oh my God. That sounds crazy to me. You have to have it now. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That last time I went through, I didn't have a passport. We were traveling by car, traveling by bus, so I didn't need one.
You used to be able to just show your driver's license. And I think sometimes you can do that, like when you're going into Mexico, also coming out of Mexico.
Well, people I thought were walking through Mexico, so I can't see people just getting a fucking passport to walk through.
No, I don't think that they're just walking on through. I think they're still having to, even though they say like Biden just let
Coral Reef, cut it out. Well, one thing, maybe she can show you how to dye your damn hair.
Yep. She's going for that ombre look. She can't afford a whole box to do her whole head. She uses food coloring, probably.
Somebody put potting soil all around them and it stunk like cow poo-poo. Linda, that was Billie Joe that did the poo-poo and the fish, if you didn't know.
Billie Joe didn't even have to buy those.
She said, I knew damn well she didn't go get no cow shit. So that's what you're saying. She went and got soil. She went and got mulch, rather. Was it mulch or actual boo-boo?
No, I think it was actual.
Okay. Island Girl says you do not need a passport. I didn't heard that they had changed, because it's been a while since I've been up there. But that's why I'm saying they have ways to getting into Canada by car, not plane. So I'm just trying to fathom. Now you need a passport just to drive through. Many people don't have passports. Because you have people that were going over to Canada to gamble, to play, at the bingo places back then 20-something years ago or 20-plus years ago. So that's why I'm saying I drove through there a few times by car many years ago, didn't have a passport. So that's why I'm saying, they changed it. Was it because of 9/11 or what?
Well, maybe she's got a big fat record. She can't come back. Or come this way, they'll keep her.
Well, keep talking to Billie Joe. You won't have to worry about needing anything. How about that?
Yep. Clink, clink.
You just keep talking to Billie Joe. Spreading all them rumors on Facebook, on the live tube about knowing about what happened to the baby. That is the stupidest thing that you could ever say on a live stream. You know they're looking for the child, and you gonna tell the world, I know what happened to him. They told me what happened to him, instead of telling the police. You're really ignorant for a 38-year-old.
She is one dumb heifer.
Yes, abuser, negligent mother, all of them. They're all junkies. And they look like they're proud of it. How about that? They look like they're proud junkies. Hit the link if you want to join this discussion pertaining to Is the FBI Tired? My information source tells me that certain entities in this investigation are pulling out this week, possibly leaving. This is not the search team. Let me make that clear in this live before you get it misconstrued and start spreading stuff. The search team is still searching for the child, but certain divisions of the FBI that does other things are allegedly pulling out this week. Did Chief Hadley use the FBI just for the resources? My understanding is that they came to him with information, they've helped aided, and told him he has enough to arrest Leilani Simon, but he has decided not to. Does he have the big head? Is it because he wants a body? Which is it? Is somebody related in the law enforcement field in the Simon house? And this is some type of pull why they haven't been arrested, Leilani and her mother. And what's my other one? I forgot. Can't keep up with my own title. The link doesn't work. You know what? This is...
It doesn't look like it's a hyperlink right now on my end. It doesn't look like it's clickable.
I don't know why it's keep having problems, because I'm writing down everything properly. This is strange. When I sent it to you, because it popped up in that message I sent you to let me know it was a legitimate links.
No, but the second time you put it in,
because if it don't. What? XB7. Wait. XP8. 7Z7. Yeah. This is just strange to me. 1 second, honey. I don't know what's going on with this link.
Ooh, she used to be in a relationship with the woman. How did you know? How long has she been with that crony man? Are they even legally married?
Girl, please stop. Oh my God.
Well, little Deb said she used to be in a relationship with a woman, another horse.
Are y'all listening to this gossip? Oh my God.
Give me the gossip.
Oh, I can't. Listen, I see dead people. This case, damn. Oh, Cher used to be. I thought you used to my BJ. I didn't look up to see that. Okay. Well.
That's all she could get as a woman. And then she ended up with that dirty crony.
Now, Kinsley.
That man looked like he belongs in a little house in the prairie.
Girl, you stupid. How old is he?
Well, he looks pretty old. He's got gray hair. And the drugs have aged him. So I say he's about a solid 58.
Miss O, where you calling from?
Hi, I'm calling from Florida. How are you guys, ladies?
Fine. How are you doing? All these Florida people calling. I'm great. So
I know that. I know, right?
Do you believe Chief Hadley used the FBI for just the resources only, ma'am?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Chief Hadley is over his head with this case. Oh, I don't want to be shown. How do I do this? This is the first time I'm here.
You show yourself if you want to. It's up to you.
Oh, how do I turn it off?
Just hit the camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay. First time. Thank you. I'm sorry. First time using this.
Hey, Miss O, now she want to show the picture what she looking flying, her hat and her head tilted to the side. I hear you, honey.
There you go, honey. There you go. Gotta make this 54 look good.
Oh, okay. Shut your mouth.
You know what I'm talking about. No. Going back to the case. This case really bothered me.
Okay.
I work with the University of Florida. Okay.
You work with whom? Slow down. You work with whom?
I work with the University of Florida.
Immigration?
No, University of Florida.
Oh, university. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the University of Florida. And I work with children 0 to 5. And I go to their homes and I do evaluations for their development.
Okay.
I'm a special ed teacher, so I do developmental stuff.
Okay.
So I go to houses where they are poor, they are rich, they're this, they're that. And I go to houses where there is domestic violence, there's all of those.
Exactly. Tell me. So
DV,
tell me.
DV.
So exactly. Tell me, what do you do exactly? What is your occupation?
My occupation, I'm a special ed teacher,
Special ed teacher.
a special ed teacher. But my title right now is a social service coordinator
Okay. So you work
for
for the
children.
University of Florida?
Yes, ma'am. In the
And they send
pediatrics
you out, and they
department.
send you out to assess what exactly?
I actually assess all the developmental areas, all five developmental areas.
I'm just saying, but
Um,
what would be the purpose of sending you out? I'm trying to understand why you would be going to the homes. That's all.
Oh, okay. Let me hold on. Hold on one second. Let me change. I go to the homes because, by law, you have to provide services to children in their natural environment. So you have to go to their homes to provide those services.
Okay.
Whether there is special ed, whether there is speech, OT, PT, is better in because children 0 to 5, they're not gonna do like, well, you need to jump and you need to do this and you need to practice this now. You need to teach the parents how to do the work so they can continue it during the week while we're not there. So that's why we're doing it at
Who
home.
makes you go out there? The state or the parents call you in? Or I'm confused. I guess I'm confused.
Okay,
How
let me
you're
explain
involved.
let me explain the process a little. Let's say you have a child that is 3 years old and is not talking. You're concerned about the development. You call a program that is called Early Steps. Early Steps is run by the government, but here in Florida,
Oh, okay.
it's run by the University of Florida,
I see.
the Department of Pediatrics.
Okay.
So the parents tell the doctor whether they have a concern, or the parents themselves call Early Steps to ask for an evaluation.
I see.
Once and they express their concerns, we go out to the home. We do a prior evaluation to assess exactly what are the needs, what are the concerns that the parents have, and based on that we go and the observation that we do. Based on that, we go and do a complete evaluation.
Okay.
PT, OT, speech, development, psych. We do a little bit of autism screening, audiology, vision, everything.
Okay.
We observe the whole child. And I have gone to many homes here in the state of Florida and in the state of Arizona where I used to live. This case has bothered me a lot
It's bothered you because
because
of the reason.
I'm sorry.
Why has the case bothered you?
Why not? Because everybody failed this child, not only him, his siblings too. You tell me that these women, Leilani, had 3 children, and they were all born addicted to drugs, and they didn't do anything. Where where was CPS or the Department of Children and Families then? Where? That was the first problem right there. Well, no, the first problem is Billy Joe, but that's another story. But with the kids itself, where were those social workers? Where were those doctors? Where were those reporters? Where are they? Why were those kids given to them? Why? See, I have so many questions. So many questions. So they failed. Those doctors failed. The Department of Children and Services failed those kids too. That mom is not even to be counted because she's a piece of garbage. She's nothing. So she's not to be counted. And the fathers, forget about it because they're not there, neither one of them. Billy Joe stepped up and failed too. The only person that was there was the babysitter. And they're making her look like a ogre. Yes, she has talked too much. She has whatever. But everybody failed this child, and it makes me so sad. And now all of those YouTubers out there, that wasn't necessary. That was not necessary. They
Wait,
needed
slow down. So now, what wasn't necessary?
all those YouTubers with the screaming and the
Okay.
bullhorn and yelling profanities, and that was not necessary. If they wanted to protest peacefully and express their concerns and express the outrage that we all feel, um, about the situation, there are ways to do it. That was not it. They made that a shit show, and they made it, to me, it seemed to me, they made it about themselves and about how much money they can make. Um, it was just bad. And then we have the other side, because I went the rabbit hole with this case, because I wanted to listen to what was said in both sides to make an educated opinion, to have an educated opinion. And then I listened to the other side, and they are just applauding Billie Joe, sending her gift, telling her that she's doing good, that it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Instead of, um, instead of just doing something to make sure this woman, one, she's out there at 22, probably getting pregnant again, and probably another child to this world, doing drugs.
Do you
Billie
think she'll
Joe,
get pregnant? Listen, do you think she'll get pregnant again?
let's see, she had 3 kids under 3.
Mm,
And she's 22. The
mm,
last one was 5 months, so
mm.
she's about due to get another pregnancy. Let's do the math and be honest.
Look,
She said it like it is.
I mean, her womb's still wet, and she put a baby back in her. I ain't never seen nobody. Most women looking at her. Look, you might want a little ding ding, but your body telling you not right now. At some point, you will crave sex, I'm sure. But dang, just back to back, you ain't giving your body time to heal.
What time? No, it's
You
about that
Exactly.
time. It's about that time for her. I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at the ages of the other kids.
It was her time when she's still carrying. She
Exactly.
imagine.
It's about time for a new baby daddy. Maybe Chief Hadley could be. And because he's doing shit, he's not doing shit. And yeah, and why is she out there? Why is this case? I have so many questions. And why is nobody talking about full?
Slow down, take your time, think of one at a time.
Thank you, because I have so much to say. So, and it's the first time I go on a panel on YouTube. So thank you for.
Let's think about this.
letting
Okay,
me be there.
let's go here. Maybe it's better if I ask you something. Let's say they don't find the baby. They decide to stop the search at some point, because I believe at some point that's going to be coming around the bend.
Oh yeah.
Stop the search.
Sooner than
and then she's still free. Her mama's still free. How would you feel about that?
That would be such a shame, and that would be another system failing that kid, even though he's not alive. That would be another. That would be an atrocity. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do you think the chief should have named her as a prime suspect so early on and didn't arrest her after saying that?
No, they made a mistake right there and there, because we are now in the era of social media, okay? And then when you put some information out there, and especially information like that, and you don't do anything about it, the public is gonna go on an uproar, and that's exactly what happened. Look, that was, I don't know. I was just so bothered because they were meddling with the investigation, going on searches, doing this, doing that, and it's like, no, let them do their job if they are doing their job. If they're not doing their job, don't go protest outside Billie Joe's house. Go protest to the police officer. Go over there. They made that mistake. They made that mistake. Why do they have her out there? Right now, she's a flight risk, and she's a risk for somebody doing something to her.
You think she's a flight risk? Why do you say that?
Honey, they can
Honey.
sneak. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, lovey, I'm sorry. If I offended you, I'm sorry.
Let me tell you something. If you've been paying attention to the story, you're entitled to your opinion. But if you've been paying attention, you know that she's codependent. It is very hard for a codependent to stay underground. Because when you're used to paying for everything, doing everything, you're not used to paying rent, mortgage, lights, gas, food. You are not going to be able to stay underground because you don't know how to survive one. And to stay underground means you have to know how to be resourceful without being seen, asking, and getting help.
How do we know she's not on the ground and Billie Joe is helping her?
What the point I'm trying to make, sweetheart? You want to only have to depend on Billie Joe. Billie Joe is traceable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Billie Joe will have to bring you things, send you things. You would get caught. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I understand. I got you. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
When I mean underground, listen, when I mean underground means you're not talking with no one. Nobody's bringing food. Nobody's bringing toilet paper. You're on your own. She don't have that in her.
Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't have
help. Her help is working vital. She would be caught because you would have to go so low yourself as not to be caught helping her.
Yeah, she doesn't have I don't see that girl having any
survival skills is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. She doesn't have any like skills whatsoever. And then Billie Joe tried to paint this picture, which I love. She was cooking dinner and he was giving her a bath. It's like, what? Different family all of a sudden? I don't think that girl cooked anything but macaroni and cheese in her life. But the box one, not the real one. She doesn't have anything. Anything to survive or to get nothing.
Do you think the baby daddy has knowledge of the murder, conspired, what?
Which baby daddy? Number 1, number 2, number 3?
The last one, sweetheart.
Number 3? Oh, absolutely. How could he not know anything when he was there? He had been living there since they've been together since Quentin was a baby, like 5 months or 8 months, something like that. And the abuse didn't start the day Quentin disappeared. The abuse started a long time ago with the older sibling. So he had to do something.
Do you think he's talked to law enforcement and told them anything about her negatively?
I don't know about law enforcement anymore, because if he's working with law enforcement, he had to give them a lot of information about Leilani and Billie Joe and that whole entire household, that toxic household. So why is Leilani out there, out in the world with all the information that, let's say, he had and gave it to the police? I also question, why did he leave if that environment is so bad? Because it's really bad. We are all agree on that. Why did he leave his 4-month-old daughter there? That is another question. It's like, this case is so messed up.
Well, you know about your information that she is a possible informant. Do you think that has any bearing on this case if it is true?
I don't know. And I don't know if an informant, but Billie Joe has had a lot of encounters with law enforcement. But English is my second language, so if I sound a little weird, it's my accent.
I think we know that, dear. We picked up on the accent.
Okay, good.
Are you saying you don't think? Let's just say it's true. She was an informant. You don't think that's a reason why he would not arrest her? Because my thing is, let's say if it's true, that means you're weighing an informant over a baby killers.
Oh, I think she has some connections.
Okay.
With the police
department. I got information today that somebody in her family is related to law enforcement. And someone has been emailing them down there, I guess, law officials, to say, is that also another reason why you all haven't arrested her? Is because she's got law enforcement in her family.
She has to have some type of connection with the police, because if this would have been any other family, or let me put it black and white. May I? Can I be completely honest here? I'm asking for.
Isn't that I thought that's what you was doing when you've been up here, ma'am.
Okay, no, but I'm just making sure because I'm going color here. If this would have been a black family, would this have been the case? Would
Well,
this case have turned?
we
Would
had
it turn
somebody in
out
the
this way?
chat mention that a Caucasian person mentioned that the other day that if this
Uh-huh.
was an African American, that
Or a Hispanic family? Would this
well,
have been
all
that
of the
direct?
above, all of the above,
Exactly. All of the above.
Hispanic,
Exactly.
Hispanic, African American, Native,
Mm-hmm.
Indian, there would have been an
Mm-hmm.
arrest as soon as you said, I believe she did it. Body or nobody.
Body or nobody, and she would have been in jail the next day, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
So why all of these? They're giving her. I don't. They're giving them so many opportunities, so many things, unless there is something more sinister, and they are trying
Such as what?
to
She killed a baby. You can't get no more sinister than that.
more sinister than that, but the matter in which the baby was killed.
Uh, okay. Susie,
You
what do
know,
you have
you
to say?
know,
Go ahead.
uh, the matter in which the baby was killed, and they are trying to gather more information. In the for I was reading for what I was reading in the state of Georgia, you don't need a body, and that's why I question Judge um, Chief Hadley's um, actions because they don't need a body. She has violated two probations. She had drugs in her system. Why isn't she in jail? They can hold her there until they can get all the other stuff.
Hmm.
So it's fishy. The whole thing is fishy.
Okay. Susie,
Yes, ma'am.
where you calling from?
Louisiana.
All right, welcome to Louisiana. Well, what do you think about the FBI, parts of the FBI possibly leaving, not the people that are searching? Do you believe they're tired? Do you believe Hadley has used them in this case?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
The reason I was calling in is, first off, let me start off by saying thank y'all for y'all's patience. I am not the brightest Crayola in the box when it comes to something like this. Getting
What do you
online.
mean? Slow down.
Okay.
Slow down. What do you mean?
For trying to get on this panel.
Oh, I would listen. I don't worry about that. If people can come up, they can come up. If they can't, I don't know how to explain it to them properly. I do the best I can to, to get them up here. So, tell me what you think about no arrest so far. Information I've brought about ties to law enforcement or possibly being an informant. Maybe these are the reasons why there's no arrest with she and the daughter. Just break it down.
Yeah, I don't understand why there isn't any kind of arrest right now. It doesn't make any sense with all the charges she's got already.
Okay. Wait. Slow down. What charges she has already?
Well, because she's on probation and
you talking about Leilani?
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting that nothing has come back pertaining to North Carolina and where that stands. I think that's interesting that we haven't learned if she actually transferred her probation, if she was supposed to pay probation fees. Are they up to par with being paid? See, we haven't got any information on any of that.
Nothing. No updates or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I actually wanted to get on is because I'm going through a similar situation. My adopted daughter, she's been living the drug life, and
how old is she, ma'am?
She's 26.
26. Where does she live?
In Lake Charles, Louisiana.
But I'm just saying, does she live with you or no?
Oh no.
Okay.
And so she's an adopted daughter, so we haven't had like the closest relationship or whatever.
Why not?
Well, her adopted parents kind of put a stop to that at one point because I don't know why, but
wait a minute, you gonna have to break it down for the queen because I want everybody to understand where you're coming from. Is this your child or a child you adopted?
No, she was born mine, and my aunt adopted her when she was 6 months old.
Okay. Did you have contact with your daughter after you gave up her adoption?
Not till she was 14.
Okay. So, did you have a good relationship at 14?
Yeah. Well, we started having a good relationship, but then the adopted mom kind of got jealous, I guess, and started saying the reason, that I gave them up is because I was partying, this, that, and the other, and that's not at all true. But that's
What
neither here nor
do you
there.
want to tell us why you gave your child for adoption, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Their dad went to prison.
Okay.
And I was house to house with them, and I was younger, and I felt my aunt could give them a better life.
Okay, so how old were you when you had this child?
God, I have 7 kids. Let's see. I was in my 20s.
Okay, so you had 7 kids total. You was in your 20s. You were not ready, stable. Were you using any type of narcotics when you had this child or children, man?
No.
You just was living pillar to post, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't have no financial help, because he was in jail.
So did you keep all the other children?
Yes, I have all my other children. One has passed away when he was 2 months old. I had 2 sets of twins.
Okay, so you just let that one child go because you had too many children. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. That was before my other children.
Okay, so you saying she was your first?
She was, yes, the first.
Yeah, I'm trying to get understand. She was your first.
Yeah, she was a twin. My aunt adopted the twins.
Okay, so you let your aunt keep one twin?
No, she took them both.
She took them. Oh, I'm sorry. She took them both. Okay, so these are your first set of children, period, in the beginning.
Right.
After those 2 went with her, you started having more children, correct?
Well, yes, later on. Yes,
okay. And then you kept all those children?
Yes.
Okay, so when did you start having problems with the daughter, one of the twins?
Well, like I said, after I met them, when they found out they were adopted, I got to meet them when they were 14, and, we started having a good relationship or whatever. And
wait, let me ask you something. Wait. You said your aunt got the twins, right?
Yes.
Y'all didn't have an open adoption?
Well, they weren't supposed to leave the state. They weren't. Yeah, but they ended up leaving to go to Florida, and I never seen them again until they were 14.
So why not? Why she didn't call you to let you know, or she didn't want it, or you all agreed not to? Just explain it to us.
No, their dad, he got out of prison and threatened to go and take them from her. So they up and packed in the middle of the night and left, and I never seen them again.
Okay, so 14, we started to have a good relationship. Okay, from 14 till when did things change?
Well, it's always been an on and off thing, and
well, tell me why. Tell me why you think it's been on and off. So I want everybody to get an understanding, because I don't want nobody to tell me why didn't I ask anything. So
right, well, because my aunt, when they get close to me, I guess makes her jealous. I don't know. She's just a really at the time.
This white boy in here, tell him to hit the link. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. White boy, hit the link. Go ahead, baby.
So I think she just gets upset when they get close with me, and then so she kind of, I don't know, but so her name is Hadley, and she went to jail. And
yes, I want people to understand that, because a lot of people like to judge people who give their children up. But what you need to understand is you can't judge somebody for giving their child up if you would judge them for keeping them and abusing them. How's it different? What's the difference? One decided to make the choice to give them up, and one kept them and abused them or killed them.
Right. And, like I said at the time, I thought that was the best thing for him instead of
that wasn't the best thing.
Right. So she ended up going to jail January, February, March, April.
What was the charge?
Drugs. And
so she's a drug user. Do you know her drug of choice?
Meth.
Okay.
Yes.
So 26 years old. Has she been in and out of jail often, or no, one time?
No, just this once. She went for theft and drug dealers.
Yeah. Okay. So is she in jail now?
No.
So she's out. Where does she stay? On her own, pillar to post?
No, pillar to post with the boyfriend.
Okay. So what is your concern pertaining to this daughter?
Well, that's so while she was in jail, she left 2 of my grandkids, and I didn't know she was in jail.
Okay.
I didn't know she was in jail, and when she got out, she called me. And she was crying and saying she wanted to change her life, this, that, and the other. Okay. And I told her, I said, look, if you really want to change your life and get off drugs, you and them kids, y'all come here.
Okay. So you invited all of them to come stay with you?
Yes, her and
So how many people were living in your house before you invited them?
Me and my oldest daughter. Well, not my oldest daughter. Me and my other daughter.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, she tells me she's going to come, and she never shows up.
Okay.
So we kept calling her and telling her, to come on and everything. Well, she didn't. Well, she leaves the grandkids with this girl named
Lord.
Shelby.
Don't call her name. Don't call her name. So she left. So she left the kids with somebody. Something happened to the children.
Yes, she left them with this lady that was really bad off on drugs also.
Oh, okay.
And my 13-year-old grandson died in her care.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. So when did the baby die? Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's okay, baby.
It was August.
Oh, Lord.
Past August.
How old was he again?
13.
So, well, where's the other child?
She's with me.
Oh, Lordy.
Now she's with me, but they found fentanyl in his system.
Wait a minute. In a 13-year-old?
Yes, ma'am. The lady's in jail.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And
where's your daughter now?
She's
in jail.
No, she's in Lake Charles. They are.
So the girl who kept him in jail, and your daughter's where? Just running around the streets?
Yes. And I just got DCFS or whatever y'all, anybody calls them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Lord.
So I have my granddaughter. She's 15, and
So what are you trying to tell me, ma'am? This heifer gave this boy drugs?
What I'm trying to say is, I don't believe Billie Joe or Leilani are grieving at all, because
well, I think we know that at this point.
It's your job to protect your grandkids and your kids.
I can't even think straight from what you just told me about your own grandchildren. I want to know who the fuck gives a child fentanyl.
Well, and see, that's what we don't know. We don't know. Well,
they had to giving it to him. You want me to believe? You want me to believe the 13-year-old was out there on drugs already? Not saying
yeah, that's probably why she's there. And she was pregnant.
Oh, what you saying?
She was pregnant at the time, and she just had that baby. So hopefully, it gets taken from her.
Wait a minute. Wait. The babysitter was pregnant.
Yes.
And using drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, child, I need a drink.
Everyday shenanigans. I'm a little late.
I think we'll do.
Thank you so much, white boy. How you doing? Sorry, Susie. Everybody, welcome white boy to the stage.
Hey,
hello.
How you everybody doing? I'm doing all right. I just shared this on
Hi, white boy.
Thank you so much.
No problem at all. I just want to catch up. I'll let you continue the conversation.
Yeah,
this the babysitter in the Quentin case?
No, this lady is sharing her story of her daughter being on drugs.
Gotcha.
And one of the children just died. This lady's calling from Florida. Am I correct?
Yes, they were from Florida.
And the child just died, had fentanyl in his system, and because the mother's on drugs, she left the children with somebody else who's a drug user.
Oh, so this story is similar to what the Quentin case.
Yeah, she's just sharing her story and her opinion, pertaining to the case. So she's just relaying her feelings toward Billie Joe and Leilani.
Gotcha. I have heard not anything solid, but there's a lot of talk that the family does have some type of relation, something going on with the local police out there. Did you guys already go over that?
Yeah, that's what the title of my video is, because I have a source that's in the investigation, and that's what they're discussing right now. Her being a CI, and also somebody in the family. Somebody is sending emails. Let me make that clear to everybody in the chat. Somebody is down there hounding the pavement pertaining to her being a confidential informant and some type of ties with law enforcement in her own family. So I'm wondering if this is personal to why that there's no arrest of Leilani and Billie Joe, because Billie Joe was the custodian, so she has to be looped in too. I think she can't be looped in.
I think you're on to something. I gotta get your email. Somebody sent me her criminal record. She's she's also from Florida, and she's got a criminal record in Florida. And if you look at the social media posts and stuff, she's always on a motorcycle, like trying to be a biker. And you know, them bikers, no disrespect to any bikers in the chat, but we all know what the bikers, you know, the scene is, the bar scene.
Yeah, I know.
We know what comes with that.
Yeah.
It would make sense. This is a theory of mine. I have no like evidence of this, but it would make a CI is going to be working with the police because they want to get out of a drug charge. I mean, that's what happens.
And that's what I explained to the chat, that usually it works two ways. You can either give information and you've had no dealings with drugs or this crime or that crime, and then they decide to pay you. Or it could be you've got yourself wrapped up in some trouble, and this is the offer to get yourself out. But we already know that once you become what they would deem a snitch, you are locked and key with the officials.
Absolutely, yeah.
You're locked and key. When you try to get out, you can't.
If I could send you that information, I will. Your email.
Yeah, you can find me. Are you on IG?
Yes.
Big Sexy 71.
Big Sexy 71. All right, I can get it to you. Okay. I'm gonna listen, let you finish this conversation, but just wanted to stop by, support the channel.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
feel free when I go live to come on in and give your opinion. Well, would you like to, before we let us, Susie, I want to interrupt Susie, but while you up here, go ahead and give us your take on what is going on with the investigation, the rumors, this and that. Break it down, because right now my title is from my source. They are tired. They are frustrated with Chief Hadley. They have come to him directly. He's used these people, the FBI. He's got all these people from all over the United States to come in and help. And they have basically handed him a silver platter. He refuses to arrest this girl. And some of them are now pulling out, allegedly this week, that do other work in the FBI. Not the people that's in the landfill, but the other people that do the other investigations. Some of them are going to be going back their way where they came from. So just give me your synopsis of what you think about this case in general.
It's crazy. I want to kind of stick with the focus on the police.
Okay, that's fine.
I spoke with the I try to keep in contact with what protesters I know that went, and although I don't agree with everything that's happened out there, I try to stay in the middle. I try to keep it to I will tell you that what was told to me is the police out there are very they're very favorable to the family. Okay.
Why? Why? Who told you that?
Bullhorn Betty told me this last time I spoke with her. This was probably 2 weeks ago. There was an incident. I didn't see it live. I did hear about it. Somebody was so what I was told was there's like anti-protesters out there, there's protesters out there, and there was police there that they had been called for something. And somebody came running with a bat.
I heard about that. Yeah, old man or something.
Yeah, in a threatening way towards, I guess, a protester. And it was like right in front of a police officer.
Okay.
And
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. This is just what I'm told. And they didn't do anything about it. And it's just, I think the CI thing, the CI thing makes a lot of sense. Again, I'm looking at, if I'm going to send you it, it's all drug stuff. It's the same stuff that whatever is she's been involved in Georgia. And I'm not passing judgment on anyone that has, any problems with addiction or anything like that. I'm just, let's talk common sense.
Yes.
When you're using drugs and getting arrested for it multiple times, that's what comes with the game. That's what comes with that life.
That's true.
So it makes sense to that if that theory makes a lot of sense, because they have a prime suspect. They have a main person, which is the mom. The grandma is not, even though people can be upset that she left her that's a whole different argument. But when it comes to people, they have a main suspect, and then the grandma is just living in the house. She could have her own thing going on.
Yeah, but the problem is with that, baby, is that she is the custodian. She's got her name's on a piece of paper. Have you not seen it? Have you seen the paper?
What's that? What I have?
Of Billy Joel. She's the custodian of the children, of the two of the boys.
Oh yes, yes. I'm not like I don't think she did anything right. I think she should have guilt and she's to blame as well. My personal opinion, but legally, the theory of her being a CI makes complete sense because they have this suspect, this prime suspect, and in the fact that she was a CI.
Yeah.
If she's working with the police on something separate, and they've had this going on since before.
That's where you go. That's the reason why I mentioned that when the person brought it to me. My thing is, are you basically trying to say, Chief, that your case is more important than the death of a child?
No, I'm not.
No, not you. I'm talking about the chief. You understand what I'm saying? Are they weighing it like, I'm using this chick, I'm trying to bring down this, and this. Right now, hell, that's more important than trying to, because that's the message I'm going to think if I start hearing stuff that she is confidential. Don't know. I'm not saying that she is. It's just the word I'm getting that she possibly is. If we hear that, some of us are going to think that the chief cares more about information about street thugs than taking folks to jail for a baby.
That's a good point. I see what now. I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's
the message you're gonna send if we get out that it's true, and that's what they're gonna be looking up here like, what the hell they know about the hell's going on down here in Georgia? Because people talk, and I tell people that the street always talks. It doesn't have to be the truth, but you can best believe it's a little bit of truth in that.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. It could also be. Could the feds be on the mother and maybe the grandma is working with the state and that's a separate thing? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That could be. I don't know. It's difficult, but definitely something to think about, and it does kind of connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll let you guys get back.
Okay.
I'm gonna send that to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Big Sexy 71.
Yeah, on IG. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining. All right, everybody. Susie, go ahead and finish with him.
Well, that's all I really wanted to say is that that was her. She's just as guilty as her daughter because she should have never left him in her care. And if she is an informant,
they're going to look at that. I mean, I understand his point is she wasn't there, but you have a legal paper. It's not like she just lived in the house or I let her stay in my house. I was out working and she did something to her kid. No, you are the custodian, so that's totally different. You knew the risk when you signed the papers to take over guardianship, custodianship of the children. So you knew also that you were traveling. So that means to me, to Queen, you didn't care about those children because you would have never signed any type of documents knowing you were not going to be in the house. And she showed that by the relationship allegedly she had with Diana McCarter.
Exactly. I had
all that texting back and forth. That shows me you were zoned out doing your own thing, living your own life, you and your husband.
Right. I had to sign the same paperwork with my 15-year-old granddaughter that I have. So, if I was to leave her with somebody and something would happen, I'd be guilty. Me.
Behave in the chat.
When you sign custody when you sign papers and you state in those papers that the mother is unfit to take care of these kids because of drug abuse and alcohol abuse and neglect, and then you leave those kids in the charge of somebody in the care of that same person that you took them away from, you are guilty. You are guilty because your responsibility when you took custody of those kids was to care for those kids and protect those kids and provide for those kids. So you are just as guilty as Leilani is. Billie Joe is just as guilty as Leilani is. In my opinion.
Yes, I agree.
Well, Susan, I'm going to ask you something. Do you want any type of legal charges brought up against your daughter?
I do.
Okay. Where is she now? Do you know of her whereabouts?
Yes, ma'am. She's in Lake Charles, and I actually, when I talked to the detectives, they asked me, do I feel that, if anyone else should be arrested for this, and I told them yes, and they said who.
Why are they asking you that? She had the kids.
Well, I guess they were just trying to see if I, because I'm her biological mother, would I say no? I don't know. But I told them yes.
What difference would it matter what you felt? That's not the point. She had the children.
Right. And I told them yes. And they said, well, if charges are brought, what do you think she should get? And I said life. Because my grandson
that doesn't matter what you think. Those were her children. She had custody of them. So I mean, it wouldn't matter if you was in cahoots or you cared or didn't care. The point is, those were her children. She was taking care of her children. She decided to let some person keep her children that she knew was in no better shape than she was to do whatever she was doing. And now her child is dead. I ain't never heard. See, that's why that's why I hate about the Dirty South. That's why I tell people the Dirty South gets that name for a reason. They do shit here they don't do in other places. They possibly do. But it is the good old boy system down here in the South.
Yep.
Woo, damn.
I know.
Well, my prayers to you. Oh Lord have mercy. How old are the children you have in your possession now?
Oh, my children are grown. But my granddaughter, my granddaughter that I have, she's 15.
15. What is she like?
Ooh, she's messed up. She's bad.
What you mean?
She just one of her drug tests before I got her.
Oh, wait a minute. Queen was trying to do something for a gift. Now you gonna tell me the 15-year-old getting high?
Oh, yeah, she failed a drug screen for marijuana and meth.
I'm done.
While she was still with her mother before I got her.
So then we really can't be surprised that the other child would be using drugs then, right?
Well, they said he wasn't. And the story she tells us is that he said he had a headache and he went to the medicine cabinet, took a little pill, and the next morning they woke up and he was gone. So we just don't know the truth yet, I guess, until
dead. What are you going to do about this 15-year-old, ma'am?
Well, her biological father is actually getting custody of her.
Shit. Is he fit to get her?
Yes, he is. He had her before. He had both of them actually, and then.
But she actually needs to be in a treatment program because you do not want a repeat of your daughter.
Right. And he's going to do all that.
Wait. You said the granddaughter is 15, but I thought you said your daughter was 26.
Yeah, she is. No, I'm sorry. My daughter here is 26. She's 32.
She's 32.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, that means she had this girl when she was 17.
Yeah, well, she was young.
16-year-old pregnant. Because I could have said no damn well you ain't gonna tell me 11-year-old was pregnant. Lord have mercy.
Hey, it happens.
I know it happens. Oof, I can't.
But
so when is the father getting custody of her, ma'am?
Actually, he comes and gets her Friday.
Oh Lord! Thank you, A Balance. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome A Balance to the chat, everybody. Oh.
Yeah, he picks her up Friday.
These stories are getting. Oh, I can't do this.
I know.
Ooh. That's why I don't like talking about children.
I know
because it goes on and on.
It does. It's a vicious cycle.
It is a vicious cycle. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a tale. I mean, even when you talk about the story, somebody comes in the chat with a story. It's just nonstop.
It's a sad, scary
and
world.
Then after sitting here while I'm doing a live, that FBI lady, she's got a tweet now, and she's sitting there talking about these two black bums that walking down the fucking street with their baby in a fucking duffel bag.
Oh my God.
They got them on camera. Oh my God, I'm dead. This is why I tell people, you're going to be seen out here. You can't go out here and think you're not going to be seen on camera. Everywhere you go, there's a camera.
Oh boy.
That's why I tell people to quit arguing about what the fuck they got against Leilani. If that man tells you he's got something on her, that's what he means.
Yeah, I definitely believe that the child is
something on her. They wouldn't have called all these people in for some hocus pocus theory.
They're not going to spend all that money just on her word. Trust me, they
That's
got
what
evidence.
I'm saying. I'm not going to spend it on nothing. No gossip, no he said, she said, no Facebook posts. Hell no.
They got hard evidence to be looking over there and spending that much money.
Yeah.
I just can't understand why there ain't an arrest yet. There's something they can arrest her on, something.
Oh, man.
Child neglect for one.
Man, this shit pissing me off.
Disposing of the body for other that's another charge.
Hit the link, AB. I don't know. Miss O, what do you have to say? Anything else?
I'm listening to Susie's story, and Susie, let me tell you that my prayers and thoughts are with you because I don't know how you're excuse me. I don't know how you're so calm. I would be in pieces. My prayers and thoughts are with you, and you are a strong woman, and I hope that you can that you continue in this journey of healing. What can I say? I don't know. I'm without words.
You can't say that story she told. What can you say? Nothing.
No, the only thing I can see in all of this, the common denominator, drugs. Drugs is the common denominator of this, and
but a lot of people that abuse children aren't on drugs.
Yeah,
right? There are a lot of people that are not on drugs. And they're not under the influence of anything.
Drugs and mental health problems. Once you start addressing mental health,
she's gonna turn on her. Hit the link. This will continue at the post office. Oh, okay. He's at the post office. Yeah, I already said to you all last week that she knows what happens, Billie Joe, and she's going to have to give her up because she has too much to lose. Let's see what people need to understand. And I think most people who are really following the story and that are sane and lucid knows this girl doesn't have anything. She doesn't own anything. She don't got anything. She don't work. She probably don't have no savings account. She don't have no stocks, no bonds. She doesn't go to school. She's not educated. She's not in going to the University of Georgia or some small school. She don't do shit. So her mother has more to lose. Mm-hmm. She has more to lose. She's married. She's got a home. She's not going to want to give that up.
Right.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
She's come too far from being arrested herself, getting in trouble. You can see that she still uses narcotics. But besides that, I got more to lose than fucking around with you, kid.
See, that's something else I can't understand. How she would even have her still in her home after this.
Her own criminal record. Is that where you're going, Susie?
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, because what she's done. Well, see, you got to remember something. Birds of a feather.
Yep, flock together. Obviously, because
you listen. Tell you something. You'd be surprised to people that know that people will kill somebody, such as a situation that I have brought to this network pertaining to a Frederick Black. If indeed this certain person that everybody knows in this area has killed this older person, he still has children. He's still walking around. He talks to somebody that I talked to, if you see where I'm going with this, and he has not been arrested for the murder of this man that allegedly shot in the face a few months ago. So therefore, what does that tell you? Nothing stops because I've murdered somebody. Shit still goes on.
Right.
And even though somebody tried to tell me, well, he didn't do it. He said he didn't do it. He ain't that type to do this, blah, blah, blah. But then on the other hand, somebody's in my ear about a private conversation that he allegedly apologized to the girlfriend that he killed him.
Oh, well, that just makes it better, don't it?
So my thing is this. I'm sitting here now wondering, why hasn't anybody arrested this guy? Everybody's saying he did it. They also said people were coming out of the house with things of the dead man. So why is TBI also involved? See, because there's something underlying here.
Right.
Somebody shot him. He has 2 allegedly vicious dogs. How did you get in the fence? How did you get to the door?
Right.
So it goes to what? Was he set up by his own child, because his child had access to the house? Rumors were she was taking stuff out of the house. The next thing we know, we hear her house was raided. See, it's something going on, but what we're trying to understand is with all this gossip on the street, why don't you have an arrest?
Right. That doesn't make any sense. That's for sure.
Something's going on
There's
there.
always somebody that knows something about a crime. That's why I want to take this information. There's always somebody that's an eyewitness. There's always somebody that knows something. People will confess to doing stuff. It's just a matter of who's going to tell it that, yeah, Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba told me what they did with that baby. Told me they shot that man. You see where I'm going?
Right.
Who's going to tell it?
Yeah, but also look what happened in California with the Kylie Rodney case, though. Nobody said anything.
Said what?
With the Kylie Rodney case in California.
Yeah, I don't follow that. Yeah, I don't.
You didn't follow that one? Okay.
No, I don't. I don't follow every case.
Oh, okay. No, those are the two that I just began this true crime journey.
I'm not even supposed to be talking about this case because I just don't like talking about children cases anymore.
Okay.
No, but you get the truth.
Because they get out of control, such as how this case has. That's why I don't like talking about them. People don't know how to behave.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think that I don't know. Did you think Billie Joe is collecting evidence or helping the police collect evidence for Leilani?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. Do you think do you think Billie Joe, because maybe Leilani hasn't said anything to anybody, and she's trying to get to what happened, and she's trying to get the story from Leilani. Do you think maybe she's just keeping her there, or the police is allowing her to stay there if Billie Joe is actually a CI? So they're allowing her to stay there so Billie Joe can collect more information.
The police don't regulate who stays in your house.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the police have no jurisdiction who could be in your house.
No. What I'm saying is they are letting her, like, Billie Joe and Leilani to be together and be out there and whatever they do. So maybe
to get a confession. That's what somebody said. Well, see,
exactly.
This goes back to what I'm saying. The girl doesn't have anybody but her mother. So it wouldn't matter if she killed her child or not. Billie Joe is all she has.
Yeah.
Don't you find it strange you're in your mother's house being a baby maker with a man? Stay woke.
Right.
You don't allow no child to stay up in your house with no grown ass man. That's my opinion.
Oh, hell no.
Because somebody is going to continue to do what they've been doing. Why would I change my ways? You're allowing me to lay up in here and fuck off, get high, do this, do that, this guy, that guy. Just think about that for a minute. You got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, and then it's stair step. Oh, why would I change?
She has no reason to.
That's my point.
Her mom is she, and the codependence and the enabling, and then the entitlement.
Yeah, that's it. Graham T, where you calling from? Hello?
I'm calling from Ohio.
Okay. What do you have to say about the FBI? Are they tired? I got information that part of the team is going to be pulling out, not those that are searching. Do you feel like Mr. Hadley has used the FBI?
He has used them to the point to he can, but he's not put the pressure on the family like he should have. We need to start.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How would you know that?
I'm just assuming from the facts that are coming out, the details that are coming out.
So what are the facts?
That we don't know. Okay, we have the idea that he's in a landfill, but we don't know exactly what happened within that household. We don't know why the adults that were there. We don't know all the information that's coming from them, right? I'm saying, as a grandmother that has taken, I'm 48 years old. I took custody of 4 children. This touches my heart, really. Of 4 grandchildren, 2 newborn infant twins, and I swore to my heart, to my hand, to the court, that I would take protection of them. And this woman did not do that. So I'm saying that they need to everybody needs to be held accountable for what happened in that household. I don't care if they were there or they were not. The FBI has not. I mean, they're doing their best. They're doing their best to search, but they only have so much because the family is keeping secrets. They're holding things. They're not telling everything because they're protecting each other. There's just no way to get to the point if everybody's protecting each other. Somebody has to turn.
Well, allegedly, the police has evidence. So, what's the point? I mean,
they're not turning, but they're not. I mean, that evidence may be okay. I'm pointing the finger at you. You're pointing the finger at me. So that means that.
No, what I'm saying, they have evidence against Leilani.
Evidence, like I'm saying, if you go into a court and you have two people that says he did it, she did it.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now,
nobody.
Let's stay right here. We're not on that yet, though, right, baby? Right now, we on Leilani because they haven't. They have nobody. But listen, okay, but they don't have anybody just yet. So
I mean, they have nobody. They have no baby.
I know that, but what I'm saying right now, we're wanting her arrested. Because if they don't want to mention to us about who else they talk to, this, that, and the other, our focus right now is just her because they haven't implicated anybody else, even if we think somebody else knows something, such as the baby daddy.
If you're going to tell me that I cannot remember what I did the night before while my child was sleeping during the night, then I was on something. I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do. And my children, my infant children, my daughter, and my two young children were there. You can't, I don't remember what I was doing. That is not enough for you to hold me for some type of crime.
Right.
If I'm that, I don't want to cuss. If I'm not messed up, that you can tell me that I could potentially have hurt my child, then that should be some type of crime because you can't live up in a house and be not able to take a child to the hospital if they get hurt or if they get sick or attend to your child. If you're that fucked up that you can't remember, you can't. How are you gonna tell me that I don't remember what I did to my child?
Okay, before we get into that, there's something I meant to tell the chat. I was trying to keep a list of everything I wanted to mention in this live. I did get information as well that internal affairs is involved. Sorry about that. Sorry to keep up.
Thank God for that.
Okay. Keep on. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
There has to be more investigation because how are you going to tell me? I mean, if you have an infant child, if you're
Let me tell you something. I want you to slow down. Take a breath, please. Take a breath.
I'm sorry.
Everything you're repeating right now is what?
That there should be some responsibility.
Slow down. Everything you just repeated is what?
Evidence. I don't know.
No. Everything you repeated is gossip. Nobody, no law official told you how the baby died. Let me finish, ma'am. Law officials never told you or me, how the baby died, right?
They didn't.
Okay, so you are repeating gossip from Billie Joe Howe, right?
I am.
Okay.
But can I tell you as a grandmother that just
I understand where you're coming from, but what I'm saying is
grandbabies that you should not sleep all night and not be woken up by a 4-month-old child. And you cannot be awakened. They said she could not be awakened at 9 o'clock.
You're not listening. Oh my God. Baby, please listen to what I'm saying to you. You are repeating stuff from people who are involved in the death of a child. Why in the world would you even believe anything you just repeated?
I just want to get to the bottom of it. That's it.
Okay. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I want you all to understand. This is why I don't like talking about children cases for the very reason where we are today. Everything that you have heard pertaining to the case never came to you from Chief Hadley. That's my point.
Yeah, you get emotional.
Everything you repeating right now is gossip. You don't know what the fuck they were doing at that house. You don't know if that bitch was across town and the baby was in the house by themselves all damn night and they came home, killed the baby, dumped the baby. I don't believe no rumors about swimming pools, ponds, lakes, quarries, because none of us were there. Everything you got was from a Facebook post, not FBI or the police.
That's true.
So all these rumors that you're repeating is from the same people that killed this fucking kid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you don't know if she was up all night tweaking. You don't know if she was snorting all night, watching fucking Netflix. Stay woke.
It ain't right. Whatever she was doing.
You don't know somebody saw a baby in the playpen. Listen to what I'm saying. You don't know nothing because these are the same people that was with the child from the time they picked up the baby from McCarter up until they reported the baby missing at 9:39.
But we know it wasn't right. Whatever it is. Whatever
exactly.
It is. It's not right.
That's what I want people to understand. It's that stop repeating that stuff because that shit's irrelevant. Because you're never going to get to the truth because she's been free a month. So trying to decide what she did and didn't do ain't gonna never matter because she ain't gonna never tell it.
She's not gonna tell it.
She never gonna tell it.
But I'm trying to tell you that grandma has a responsibility too.
Oh, I know she's responsible. I don't listen. I don't have no problem with that department. Some will argue with you on that.
No.
But she's responsible, one, because she's the custodian. Now, if it wasn't for that, if she didn't have her name on the papers, it'd just be, oh, I came home and the girl told me the baby gone. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because she's the custodian, she's just as she is as if she threw the blow to the baby.
To me too. I'm 48. My husband's 62. We retired and we had to take care of our 4 grandchildren. And there's no other way. I mean, there's nothing else. Nobody else can step into that. We have to retire to do that. We've held our hand to the court. That's what we have to do. That's what you have to do. I don't care.
You're not getting no kids back, Patricia. Sherry, you need to stay out these people's fucking business.
Lord,
And I'm tired of talking about her anyway.
I'm not going to even waste my breath on her, for real. But I'm just saying that she had a responsibility, and I don't know. I just hope that justice gets hers for his baby. I appreciate the platform, Queen. I appreciate it. I don't want to be.
Okay. You sound worked up. You need to calm down. You're gonna have a stroke, girl.
I ain't gonna have no stroke because I take care of my babies.
That's not what I'm talking about. But if you could hear yourself, you sound wound up.
I know. Because it's a very hurtful thing. Because you know what? I went through a lot to get through my grandbabies. Guess what? I fed them. I dressed them. I combed their hair. I bathed them. And they're sleeping. They're okay.
I got you.
So I'm all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Graham T. Good night.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye. That's Graham T, everybody. Ooh, Lordy.
Wound up.
Yeah, she's got herself upset. I'm sorry I meant to mention that because I was making a list before I got on live of everything I wanted to tell you. But yes, my understanding is that Internal Affairs has stepped in. So that means there's something going on with you all at Chatham County that possibly don't have anything to do with Quentin Simon, and that's not good. Wow.
Well,
but this is what I always tell people about cases of crime. It's amazing how something could jump off, such as the disappearance of a child, then a body or this or that. And then out of the blue, you'll start to hear other little chitter chatter. You understand what I'm saying? And then you start having things revealed, such as things that may not have nothing to do with what the subject is. So you have to ask yourself, when you start hearing things about IRS, I brought you that information over a week ago that they were involved. Now we're talking about Internal Affairs possibly. That means you all got real problems. And it may have something to do with the fact of why you all broke off from Savannah Police Department back in 2017. So this is why I was telling everybody, you have to stay in the know of the information. But there might be a bigger problem with these people that has really nothing to do with Quentin Simon. You all were just dirty, and you just happen to be now investigating the death of a baby. And maybe there are some ties with her and this police department, confidential informant, hanky-panky. She's got people related. They work for the department. Hell, how do we know her sister, brother ain't a dispatcher? I don't know. You just don't know.
We don't.
Lord have mercy. But from my understanding, the FBI, they are puzzled by the behavior of Chief Hadley. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. That's what my source tells me. They can't understand why he will not arrest Leilani Simon. So I'm telling you that directly.
Well, we're all puzzled.
So it ain't just our opinion. The big dogs are questioning his reasoning.
And they can't just take over, huh?
No. Lord have mercy. Can't make it make no sense. Kenzie, you got something you want to say? Are you done, Susie? You got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm done. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, everybody, that's Susie. Kenzie?
No, I just think that.
Woo, I done got hot up in here.
Yeah, it did. But it's incredible to hear everybody.
No searchers are leaving. Please listen to what I'm saying. No searchers are leaving. I said certain things, certain FBI agents, certain things that they do within the investigations are pulling out of the part what they do. Not saying that the investigation is stopping by the FBI. Not saying that the FBI searchers who are helping Chatham County are leaving. Certain people that are working in the investigation who came from other areas will be leaving this week.
It's sad, that all these people can come up and you can tell.
Damn, you don't really know who you're voting for. That's the whole point. People are people. I can tell you anything to get the vote. That don't mean I plan on doing what I said I was going to do. And then you can't get mad when people don't do what you want to do, because you're talking about 50,000 irons in one fire. One person can't just do something. You have to really know how politics work. The lobbyists, all that. See, I had to learn all that just from watching a little TV show, how they work. It's not like what people think. A person can just go in and change a law, go in, and it doesn't work like that.
No, it's a whole process.
Yeah, it's a whole process. I can talk all day. I want to get changed with the stop signs in the neighborhood, or I want to go get this happen with abortion rights, or whatever the law you're trying to get. Somebody, you have to get all that together, paperwork. It's just not like what you think. That shit don't happen overnight. Damn, this is crazy. Go ahead, finish.
No, I just think that it's incredible to be able to have people come up, like you said, and everyone has a story, right? There was two right there, both grandmas, trying to do their very best, that are traumatized by the events in their life, right? Yeah. And then you have this hag over yonder that has really showed, just from being on social media. I have not spoken to the woman, but just from what I've seen on social media and what we have seen her doing her little interviews with people.
Brittany, please stop.
She has shown
because that used to come on Saturdays, how Bill comes along. But it's true. You can fuss and cuss all day about stuff. Stuff just don't change because you say, hey, I want you to change that. It doesn't work like that.
No, I wish it did. We could snap our fingers and be
listen, there are actual really important bills that have sat on a table for years. And they won't vote.
I just wish the bitch would give her up.
Yeah, I'm tired of all of this. This case is just getting ignorant now. It's almost like why are the people even there investigating? Why did you even name her as a suspect? You should have just
that I don't understand. That right there caused a complete and utter uproar, because you have named her.
No, I've not seen the banner.
Suspect, and you said that you have information that he is deceased, and you have information that he was dumped in a certain dumpster. So therefore, you sat up there and said 3 of the most important things that you could possibly say, and you have done nothing. You have brought people from all over the United States to work different aspects of this case. You have reached out to the GBI. They were there within 3 hours. And yet they have handed you ironclad information and you've done nothing. So at the end of the day, this is his fault.
Oh, Lord.
Billie Joe, give her up. You got shit to lose.
Yes, she does.
She don't. You're going to go down because your
She
name
been out
is
my
on the
house. She
paper.
been out my house any damn way, knowing she killed that kid.
No.
I know my child better than anybody. Nobody's got to tell me nothing about my kid. Hey, what you do with that baby? She didn't say nothing. I'd have shook her ass raw.
Yeah.
I'd have drug her. I would have drug her. That'd be between me and God. I would have drug her.
Let's talk about this for a second. Okay, you have all those protesters out there, right? And
that girl would hate me as her mother because I'd have drug it out of her. You're gonna tell me what you did with that baby, but you don't bring your ass back in my fucking house. See, you gotta fight fire with fire. Billie Joe plays a badass, but she really ain't, because a real badass would have drugged her.
Yep, out in front of everybody. Drag her ass, drag her right down to the police station. But instead, that bitch wanted to fight fire with those protesters, and she sat in her backyard playing the music to Frozen. Her daughter stood in a fucking window and twerked her nasty flat ass when your son, bitch, is buried in the landfill that you put him in. They are both some foul motherfuckers. Foul. And Paul, you, sir, I don't know how old you are, but you know some shit. And you, Michael, you too, homeboy.
That's why I said, can you imagine what the walls would say right now? That those walls are holding a dirty secret in that house.
You couldn't pay me $1 million right now to believe that nobody else knew.
Yeah.
Because they are some sick son of a bitches in that home. You got a twerking dog.
People cover for people all the time. People know people's secrets. People hear stuff. People read people's messages, and then they overhear people's conversations. So that little boy, he knows something. And the fact that if he's the one that was sitting out there the other day smoking a cigarette, I'm like, he can't be 17. You sitting there smoking a cigarette. You let your kid smoke a cigarette at 17. That's crazy. If that was indeed the 17-year-old, I don't even know how old he is, the Paul's brother. I don't even know.
Supposedly he's 17.
I just saw some boy sitting out there on the porch. I mean, on those lawn chairs, he's smoking a cigarette.
Well, hell, that's no. I mean, look at him. You got a baby killer, another one that's locked up for murder. Mama's got a whole book encyclopedia full of
Look on Twitter. What is it under Bruno on Twitter? Hey, Brittany Walker, thank you. Oh Lord, I'm just over this. This case makes my ass itch. It just don't fucking stop.
It doesn't stop, and this is his fault. If he would have took her in, just on some of this petty shit, that's not like. You don't got to get her for murder right now, but get her for child endangerment. Get her for, whatever you can get her on. Make her talk, man. Put her in there with the boys in the suits. And she's going to crack. You brought all these bad boys and bad women. The feds, the real deal.
Sounds like her kids ran that house and always have. Well, Gigi, you ain't had a house long enough, really, and you now stay gone. So let's keep it real. She's just got a house. She hasn't been married to this man long. Because when you listen at the stories that Bubba spun, she was just a few years ago living with her daughter in a whole nother state. So her come up is just a few years old.
This come up is from her new husband.
Where do I find the banner?
What banner?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Hold on. Let me go in here. Hashtag Quentin Simon. Hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Sick of these people. So disgusting.
What's on Twitter?
Okay. What am I looking for? I don't see anything. What the rest are coming. That's 29th. October 26th.
I want to know what this broad's going to say when they do pick her up, if they do. I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah, I bet you knew. Heifer. She's a pig. Only pigs act like her.
YouTube, at YouTube, Quentin Simon was 20 months beaten most of his short life. Is that what you're speaking of? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, Quentin's family made a huge banner thanking Cher with a tiny photo of Quentin off to the right. Cher posted a video of it. Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what you all were saying. Listen to this dizzy bitch here.
Cher should be so proud of herself. Broad, you ain't nothing but a freaking toothless hussy that don't even take care of her own kids. Bitch, you couldn't even come to the United States. You're fucking wanted here. It's never been about that baby sugar mama. It's never. Cher has made this about her, Billie Ho, the Amazon wish list, and whatever else she's out there paying clowns. Nobody over there has focused on this little man. Oh, they wasted the money on that? What exactly has Cher done for you? Wow. How disgusting.
I was reading something, you guys. I don't care nothing about that garbage. All that money you spend to make a banner, you should have carried your ass down to that landfill to help find that baby. How about that?
Yeah, why don't you pay the feds back?
Matter of fact, that's what we should all go to change.org asking for these two bitches to pay the $250,000 that Hadley requested from the commissions board.
I think I'm going to go over there and make that.
Yeah, put my name up there with yours.
Because this is pathetic.
That's what needs to be talked about. Paying these people money back because they dug into the school fund for school cameras to help aid this investigation.
An investigation with the bitch sitting in her house, geeked out on some dope that she bought for her and her daughter, and who knows.
Postpartum amnesia. Honey, you're past postpartum stages.
Yeah, postpartum my ass.
If you have postpartum or baby number 1, you wouldn't even be thinking about having baby number 2 or 3.
She needs to have her little twat sewn right up.
I'll put it on my community board. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me go over here now. Let me see. Type it in.
Yeah, see, they don't think about the money. She needs to think. So they took 250,000. That 250,000, it has paid for all these people, right? We're talking 40 additional FBI agents on top of, in addition to the ones that they brought in specifically for the landfill. All these people they're feeding 3 times a day. They're paying for their laundry. They're paying for their hotel rooms. They're paying for rental cars. And they took that out of the school fund.
What would we put this under? Family or
Is there
criminal
something
justice?
like for community?
No, I don't see no community. It's got, only thing I can think of would be economic justice, criminal justice, family, other.
Other, maybe.
Okay. Do you already know who you'll share this petition with? I have a large audience. Yeah.
She's got some balls, man.
No, let me see. Mandating. Let's see. For Billie Joe Howe. Since we don't know anything.
I'm telling you, I really think a lot of these channels that, and mind you, I don't agree with all these people making all this money off of this baby by no means. But I do think that it's time for all of these channels to really start focusing on Billie Joe and the bullshit that she's brought. It's time for this broad to be embarrassed of herself.
Okay, let's see. Chief Hadley. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm requesting something. I'm drawing it up now. Hold on. What's the name? Who did he ask? The commissioners board?
I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see if I can find it.
Damn. 250,000. Help aid. Let me shorten my words. Hate typing.
I think it was the commission's board.
Okay, I got it. Which was approved. Pay that money. Pay that money back to the county. Considering Leilani Simon. Ooh, hold on. And Billie Joe.
Billy Ho
Was legal custodian. There we go. Hold on.
Can you guys hear the puppies crying?
Okay. I don't have no photo to upload. What would I be loading a photo of?
The horse.
Girl, stop. I put county. Come on, you guys. Please stop. It says petition get 6 times without a photo. I don't even have, what kind of photo would I put up? I gotta have a photo of the baby. Hold on, let me take a picture of the kid. That's what I'll do. Oh, the landfill. I think I already got, if I got a picture of the landfill. Let me do some digging.
Look at, I'm gonna show the chat the puppies.
Excuse me. Quentin Simon. Oh, girl. Take a picture of him.
Oh, I don't. Can we use that though? Because didn't someone just get in trouble recently for that?
For what, girl?
For using a picture of the of a minor child, or is that just on GoFundMe that they can't do that?
I don't know. That's why I don't think I need to use no damn picture, period. If they say a picture gets selling, baby, I don't know.
The puppies are.
What are
They're
you guys?
asking
I'm
about
trying
the
to.
puppies.
So should I use a picture of him or no?
Can you use that picture that they used when they posted about the landfill with Quentin on the side of that little?
Yeah, that picture. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have to go find that one.
Oh, put a horse. That's even better.
Landfill pictures of Quentin Simon. Oh,
the puppies are a week old. They are mini French poodles.
damn, I thought I had the picture myself. I erased it, but it's in my Google, but it's not on my phone. I gotta have it on my phone. Damn. This, I hate doing this stuff. All this extra mess. A lot of work. There it is. Hold on. I got it. Damn, this is making my head hurt. Too much to do. This is just sickening. Okay, let me see. I've been lost my place, I believe. Yep. Dang. Change.org. Yeah, I'd rather do it now and get it over with, honey. Said I lost my place where I was. Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh, well, we were talking about the puppies. Dixie Chick, they are mini or toy French poodles. They'll be about 5 pounds.
And why is it not showing any pictures? Oh, man. This is strange. I don't like this. I don't know why my phone is not showing any of the pictures. It's weird. I just took it. There it is. Now it says it's too large. Oh, good grief.
No, Patricia, they haven't opened yet. They were a week old yesterday.
See, this is starting to aggravate me now. Why is it not? What is the problem? Somebody can't get this picture to upload.
Maybe you have to scale it down, like edit it a little bit smaller if it's too large.
Yeah. It won't even pop up on my phone, which is weird because I just took a picture on my phone. Strange. There it is. There. This is becoming a headache now. I'll have to do it later because I can't do it. Okay. 2 hours and 31 minutes in. If Leilani wants any type of real recovery, she's going to have to confess and be honest about what really happened to Quentin. But she doesn't want a recovery. Why would I want a recovery and I put the baby in the dumpster? Oh my God. Sal has what? You like the smell of puppy breath? Oh my God, you're killing me.
We're talking about the dogs.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's the latest information I have. Is I'll have to get off here where I can concentrate to get that picture uploaded because it's not uploading from my phone for some reason. I don't know what's going on. And then it drops me out my place where I was. But I hope I have to start all over again.
Just leave it where you left off.
It's not. It's all the screen is on to the Google stuff. It's not even coming up where I was. Because I keep doing it. I have to keep going back out.
Well, if you can't do it, then I'll try to do it when I'm done washing dishes.
I mean, I can do it. I'm just saying, but I was just trying to talk and watch the chat and unload the pictures because I've never had no problem unloading the pictures. See, I'm almost halfway done. It's wanting the damn picture. I'll just continue because I don't have time for this. Because I don't like being on the internet like this. That's one of my pet peeves. That just sitting in the phone all day long. I don't like it.
No, it's not good to do that.
That's not healthy. All day just sitting on the cell phone all day. I mean, it's crazy. It's wicked. Mm-hmm. Now I gotta worry about a damn password. Because I had to change it before. Let's see if I can remember.
Good night, Bruno Jones. Have a good night.
Can't even spell. See, it doesn't match. I knew that. Dang.
Ooh, I know. Can you imagine if BJ's dogs could talk?
Still don't. Oh, Lord. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I hate changing stuff. Still won't do it. Oh. Well, that shows you how stupid she is. These people don't care about those kids. Ain't y'all?
No. They never have.
Yeah, that's the point. Never have.
They're losers.
Oh my goodness.
That lady makes drive anybody to drink.
I can't even get my password up. I don't know what's going on. I went to post something today on YouTube, a baby Quentin pic, and I don't know if someone reported it or if YouTube took it down. It was crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's why I don't want to put no pictures up. I don't want no problems. I wonder if BJ's dogs get wired up from drop, crack, and meth crimes. Coral, please stop. Well, that's all I really have. Unless anybody else wants to come up, I'm going to check out of here. That's the latest. Sorry I wasn't talking. I was trying to put this stuff up for that change.org. I'm going to have to get where I can stick quiet and concentrate. It's not, my password is not, because I had to change it recently. The email, and I thought I had the right one. And they'll tell them what I done changed it to. That's why I'm sick of all this stuff. Nonetheless, this is a bad situation. As I said, the FBI, I believe, are tired. Some of them that are involved that do certain things with this case are supposed to be pulling out this week, but not the search. They're pushing for arrest for this woman, Billie Joe Howe, pertaining to Quentin Simon, because she had custodial rights of the child. Someone's been emailing, I guess, the police department or I don't know, some government official pertaining to some affiliation with law enforcement, with the family. Also, her being a confidential informant are these reasons that they're not arresting Billie Joe Howe and the daughter, Leilani Simon. As I brought you information the other day, and you probably heard it from somebody else's network as well, that it's been rumored that she is a confidential informant. Billie Joe, is that true? They're still dumping phones, data pertaining to Billie Joe and Leilani and any other entities. So if you're talking to these people on your cell phone, WhatsApp, TikTok, Messenger, probably best you stop talking to them. But we realize right now she's got a connection to some pony out of Canada. So only a fool will continue to talk to her. That's your business. And then we also heard in the commentary I played you that both Billie Joe and the Pawpaw have custody. So is that true? Because my understanding, only Billie Joe's name was on those documents as custodian. So I'm curious about that. If indeed both names are on custodial rights of the two children, the boy children. And in my commentary as well that I played, the chief says they have evidence to prove Leilani is the prime suspect from evidence that they have, and they have it to prove it. And that is why she's named the prime suspect. Not person of interest, not the girl over there, but the prime suspect. And if you need verification for that information, please go back to the beginning of this video to get that information. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Miss Lady?
Nope. I'm going to go yawn and take
All right. You've been yawning. All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for following the content. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $Beganji, 129 Cash App. I'm not going to hold you all because I need to get some rest. This case is, I don't know where it's going. And I don't know why this chief won't listen to the FBI, but I do believe they are flustered with him. I believe they're tired of dealing with him. I believe they know what they're doing. You called these people in 3 hours after getting this case, and I think it's very disrespectful to the FBI, GBI, not to take their recommendation to bring in Leilani Simon. That's what I think. What was the purpose in going to get these entities to help? What was the purpose of naming her as the prime suspect? What was the purpose of saying you have evidence against this woman, that she put her baby in a dumpster, that the dumpster dumped into the landfill, and not arrest her? You were too premature in giving that information. Even if you have proof, you believe she did this to the child, you should have never said anything. You should have just kept it to yourself until you were ready to arrest her, because we are tired. I'm tired of talking about these people. I'm tired of the stories, all this bullshit pertaining to this baby. All that mess that transpired here as of late is nothing to me, because it ain't brought the baby out the landfill. And I'll tell a person to the face, all the hooping and hollering you've done, cussing and fussing on cameras, live streaming, did it get the baby out the landfill? No, it did not. Will it help to get him out of the landfill? No, it will not. So you can live stream till you blue in the face. It ain't helping that kid come up out that fucking landfill. I know that. It's a joke to some of you. That's obvious. But guess what? That ain't your baby out there. That's not your kid out there. Because I can tell the way some of you act, you don't need no children either. Because I'd be ashamed if you was my mom and daddy up here hooping and hollering, acting like a damn fool, and then got the nerve to say, oh, it's on behalf of a child. It's on behalf of a baby. No, it's on behalf of you. Self-serving. Ain't got a damn thing to do with that baby. He did, and he gone. See, what you think is right ain't always right. Because what's right for you ain't right for somebody else. So you say you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the neighbors. You ain't doing it for the community. And you're not doing it for Quentin Simon. Just say, I'm doing it for myself. Leave Quentin Simon out of it. Because he ain't here. Last I checked, he ain't here. So you ain't doing it for him. Because you should have been at the headquarters in the first place. That's where the laws are made. That's where the justice is. Not 535 Buckhalter. And I tell you what, since you're so inclined for justice, why you don't carry your ass out there to the landfill and stand out there and wave all your batons and your cameras and your iPhones? Why don't you stand out there? So that's what you should have been filming. Hey, you mind if we come here and film and let them see what it's like out here, what these people are doing? Let the people see the hard work that's being put forward to find this baby. That's journalism. Talking to the people in the community. Why don't you go to the fucking mall and talk to the people at the damn mall, downtown, people in the community, in the county? Hey, how do you feel about this lady walking free? Hey, how do you feel about this baby being in the landfill? Hey, how do you feel about them calling in all these people from around the country to search for a baby? How do you feel? That's journalism. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.